Well, good morning. Thank you for coming out on this cold Sunday morning to hear a bit about the Adelaide Business School. My name's Paul Coram. I'm the head of School of Accounting and Finance in the Adelaide Business School. The Business School has two subsidiary schools within it, and one is Accounting and Finance and one is Marketing and Management. So I'm head of Accounting and Finance. So I guess what I'd like to do this morning is talk a little bit about the business school, talk about what we offer that's different, and then talk about some of our programs and why you might want to make the choice to do those particular programs and what we think that they can offer. So, starting with the University of Adelaide, you're already here obviously at the University of Adelaide this morning. You know that it's got a long history. There's a lot of benefits about coming to Adelaide University. It's, we would say it's the leading university in South Australia. It's ranked worldwide in the top 1%. But I think another thing that really adds to coming to Adelaide University is that it does offer a true campus university experience. And for anyone who's an undergraduate, who's starting university from school, I would say that that is something that really has value. You make a lot of friends that you'll have for a long time, for life perhaps. There's a lot of student organisations that you can get involved in, sporting activities, but within the campus itself it provides a great learning environment. The student hub is excellent, and across the road at Nexus 10, if you're in the business school, we have our own student learning hub. So the university experience really has value. It's something that I would recommend certainly for anyone, rather than just perhaps studying online or something, rather than going to university and having a physical campus is really important, I think. So why the Adelaide Business School? Well, we're internationally accredited through the AACSB, which might not mean too much to you, but certainly if you plan to work overseas, the AACSB has value across the world, and it's very limited as to the universities that do get accredited with AACSB accreditation. You can specialise after your first year. We have excellent connections to the local business community. And there's a few other things about job readiness that I'll talk about in a minute, but I would like to say three things that I would recommend to study with us. And some of those things are from my meetings with students in the last couple of weeks. I decided to meet with about 40 of our final year students in small groups. It wasn't part of our small group discovery, but it was more me finding out about how they had experienced their 3 years doing the Bachelor of Commerce. They were mainly accounting and finance majors, but still I think their thoughts were important across anyone doing the Bachelor of Commerce. But the first thing I noted is that they've got excellent jobs starting next year. In fact, the success in their employment surprised me, just how many of the students do have good jobs starting next year. And to be honest, they're doing very, very well compared to the other universities within South Australia. The second thing that I would say is that their learning experience has been fantastic. I've taught and I've worked in a number of universities that are leading in Australia and overseas, and I haven't found a more committed group of people who are committed educators of students. We provide an excellent education in the Bachelor of Commerce. There's the people that are working within the school do everything to make sure that students' learning experience is first rate. We have a lot of online blended delivery. We have, even for some courses, we have 2-hour tutorials, which is very rare in other Australian universities, because most people know that the best learning happens within tutorials. And so the second reason that I would have said is to come here is it's an excellent learning experience. The third reason that I would suggest, and this is one that people don't think of so much, but I would suggest to you that it is important, and that is Adelaide is a group of 8 university. As a group of 8 university, research is important. Now, within the School of Accounting and Finance, which is part of the business school, there's been people that have, within that school in the last 6 months, have published in the top 3 one of the top 3 accounting journals in the world and one of the top 3 finance journals in the world. While that might not mean much to you as a student, I can tell you that coming into an environment where you're learning from people who are amongst the very best in the world is something that has value. They know the latest in terms of the disciplines within the business school, and that, we believe, adds something to the education that is really important. So they're the 3 things that I would highlight. Firstly, excellent career outcomes. Secondly, your education experience is second to none. And thirdly, you're learning from the best. So there's some other things that make us different. We have something called the Adelaide Advantage program. This is a really great opportunity for students if they want to get involved in it. You can do internships, study tours, and if you sign up for this, you can have it as some of your credit as part of your degree. So really, we would really recommend students who are doing the Bachelor of Commerce to look to this to be able to add value significantly to what they're doing as part of their program. So yeah, I would suggest the Adelaide Advantage is certainly something we offer that is different from other universities and really valuable for your career development. Our undergraduate degrees, well, we have a Bachelor of Commerce, which is most of our students. We also have a Bachelor of Finance. The Bachelor of Commerce does allow you to do a number of general courses in first year, and it lets you specialise then in second year. Really, the Bachelor of Commerce I would see as an excellent pathway to a rewarding career. Ultimately, if you study at university, you need to get, an important thing is to get a job once you finish. Doing a Bachelor of Commerce does help get you that first job, and then what people do after that is up to them. There's so many options that are available after you get that first job. So many, across the country and certainly within the state, there's a lot of degrees that are sold as the career, but you've got to get the position after the degree. So, you can go across to Western Australia and do a Bachelor of Surfing, which is probably good fun, but ultimately you need to do something that will give you a position, and certainly the Bachelor of Commerce will assist you in doing that. You can specialise after your first year, and I'll talk a bit about some of the specialisations now, or in a minute. So commerce is multidisciplinary. You will learn a bit about economics, you will learn about law, statistics, obviously accounting, finance, marketing and management. These are very broad, it's a range of disciplines that will really set you up for your career. Commerce is embedded throughout society. There's so many parts of society that are affected by what is learnt in commerce, so these skills will be invaluable for you. So, as I said, the majors are across accounting, finance, international business, marketing and management, and you can do double degrees in law in the commerce as well. First, I'll talk about accounting, subject close to my heart. I'm an accountant. So you can major in accounting after first year. All of our courses, if you do them, they meet with the professional accreditation requirements of CPA Australia or the Chartered Accounting Australia and New Zealand, which was previously called the Institute of Chartered Accountants. This gives you the opportunity to become a professional accountant, which is a lot broader than many people do think sometimes. Accountants are everywhere. After they've worked as an accountant, essentially the definition of accounting to me is communication of performance-relevant information. And now, if that's not useful to a range of careers, I don't know what isn't. So what is? So you get a really good start by doing accounting as a major, and that's one of our options. Corporate finance, well, we're a school of accounting and finance, so finance is an important part of what we do. Finance is very linked to accounting, and what you'll find with finance, it's obviously the stock market is an important part of that. We have some simulated trading that goes on within our school that's a really great learning experience for people, and so finance is a really great career option as well. It's not going to be quite like the Wolf of Wall Street, but it certainly is an interesting pathway that you can take as well. International business, well, The world of business is much more open, and many people, if you've got an entrepreneurial flair, well, perhaps taking an international business pathway is for you. You do an overseas study experience as part of this major, and so international business does give you the skills and the tools that you need to be able to work in a sort of more global business environment, and if you really want to get involved in business that is cross borders. Management, well, if you think that management's for you and you want to get started in management early, well, you think you've got the skill set to get started early, this is going to provide you with the skills that you need to understand how management works and to perhaps try and get a sort of a first management position when you start after you've finished with us. Obviously there's a lot of different career opportunities, managers are everywhere. You still do all the fundamental courses that you would do in the first year as well. Marketing, okay, so if Wolf of Wall Street's not for you and perhaps you've been a bit more interested in Mad Men, obviously it's not like that, but marketing is fundamental, certainly within a capitalistic society. You know, when you've got 40 brands of shampoo to choose, clearly marketing is something that makes a difference. And marketing, there's a lot of different roles. Most organisations have someone involved in the marketing side of things, and you know, if you major in marketing, that will give you the skill set that you can try and get into some of those employment outcomes where you're either marketing an organisation or you're marketing a product. The double degrees, the Bachelor of Law, Bachelor of Commerce is a really popular one. If you can get into that one, well, it's a great program. We also, if you're doing engineering, people can do the combination with the Bachelor of Finance. The Bachelor of Finance is similar to the Bachelor of Commerce, but there is more maths and probably a bit more economics as well. Sorry, I won't. I guess what I'd like to finish on really is that if you really want a useful degree for your career, the Bachelor of Commerce is the degree to take. People have a lot of interests, and you know, clearly there's a lot of other disciplines, and you can go to, there's a lot of fantastic things that happen within the University of Adelaide, and if you've really got a passion to other disciplines and you want to pursue that in a degree, fine, you should go for it. But you can still do commerce and have a passion for other things as well. It doesn't mean that you can't learn languages, it doesn't mean that you can't read about history or be interested in English. You can have a lot of other passions, but the commerce degree gives you the skill set that will give you a great employment outcome to start with. So I would certainly recommend the Bachelor of Commerce. That's the first thing I'd like to take from this. The second thing is that if you want to do the Bachelor of Commerce and you can get in, I really don't think that there's any other option that is, this to me, coming to Adelaide University is the place to do it. I can't see any reason why you would not. As I said, the career outcomes are excellent, the education is excellent, and the research is excellent. So really, I would recommend that you come to Adelaide to do a Bachelor of Commerce if that's the choice that you want to make. What I would also suggest to you is to come and talk to us. We have a number of academics ready and waiting for you across at Nexus 10. So essentially you just need to cross North Terrace, and so you'll be able to find out most of the, hopefully all of the answers to your questions across there. And make sure you pick up the brochure across the road. It says Business, Economics and Innovation. All of our programs are within that. So, so that's about all I need to say, I think, today, and I hope you have a good day, and I hope to see many of you in classes next year. Thank you.